beat the Saints. They're still perfect. They look pretty convincing if you ask me. But again, I think the Saints were due to fall off a cliff. So yeah, the Chiefs are number one for a reason. The Vikings beat the Jets, basically cost the guy his job. Vikings still looking pretty decent, although I think I'm going to go in a different direction once we actually play this game. Texans starting to finally look like the Texans, and maybe emerging as the most likely contender to stop the Chiefs coming into the postseason. Early days yet, and the Lions obviously coming off a bye. So if the Lions played the Vikings in the NFC Championship game and the Chiefs play the Texans in the AFC Championship game, Ray, which way would you go for each matchup? What would our Super Bowl be?
It would still be Chiefs Lions.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Who would win?
KC's getting a third. Yeah,
so depressing.
And once again, as I want to say this because this hasn't been something to show. If he gets the third in a row, that puts him in the Brady category. I don't want to listen. I don't want to.
No.
Yeah, for him to have once again,
we didn't allow the conversation to happen about Brady before he got to the Montana number. So we have to wait until.
I agree, but I'm not the haters that those guys were. If you went three in a row, once again, you do something that Brady never did. So you forever had that feather in your cap. Yeah, you lost to him, right? You lost to him in the Super Bowl, but to win three in a row, I say in the Brady category, I say he's gonna be better than him. But he's in that category. If you just say, hey, you went three in a row, you got that feather in your cap, you done something that he never did. So that would matter.
Can I ask you something just in response to that? Just and I just a totally honest answer, if you don't mind. Not that you're not always honest.
Yep.
Has Patrick Mahomes played against a quarterback as good as Peyton Manning?
Well, I mean, yeah. You mean in the Super Bowl? You mean?
Well, I mean, I guess he did lose.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Has he beaten a quarterback as good as Peyton Manning?
Yes, himself, Tom Brady. That's hilarious.
No,
Tom Brady was the answer to the question.
Has he beaten a quarterback as good as Drew Brees?
Yeah. Joe Burrow's as good as Drew.
Yeah.
So is Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll say that. Yeah.
You sure? Because Drew Brees has a Super Bowl.
Right, but I'm
neither of those guys.
That's true.
As far as talent-wise, though. Yeah, talent-wise,
talent-wise.
But Manning, no.
But Drew Brees is a proven winner. You know what I mean? Like he's proven that he can go to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. Those guys haven't. So I'd rather face one of those two guys, to be honest, because they haven't proven that they can win a Super Bowl. Drew Brees has.
Yeah,
like prime Drew Brees.
I'm familiar, but you guys were there. You're watching Drew Brees throw for 450 fucking yards every week. Like, I don't know. Is it because he's short? Is that why Drew Brees isn't getting any love? My man's just throwing for
part of it, and once again, not to stray too far away, but this is a good discussion. I think that he got drafted to a favorable situation. It doesn't mean that it was going to work just because it was favorable, right? His talent is head and shoulders above everyone else right now.
No, of course. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Someone had to be, someone had to come take the throne after Brady and Manning on the left. And it's been him. Once again, people would have thought maybe Lamar or Josh or, Burrow or whoever it may be, but 15 right now stands alone. And
no, that's definitely true. But I just my thing on it is, if you're gonna start, if he, let's put ourselves in the position where he's won the third, like fuck it, give it to him. He's done it.
Right.
But the game has
he still doesn't have it. It's just going to be so easy for me to win.
When you for his wins, it'd be Jimmy Garoppolo, Jalen Hurts. Was it Jalen Hurts twice? No. Who they beat?
Jimmy Garoppolo, Jalen Hurts.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's not an impressive list. Especially with Jimmy G, as much as he was like the pair, but he just wasn't. He was an overthrown ball to Emmanuel Sanders for them being champions. So we
have to have the argument. I don't know why I'm mantling myself as the big defender of Tom Brady, but I was there. I watched him play.
We all were, but I'm saying I think to me
3 in a row special.
Just once again, giving subjective. Once again, objectively, I'm always gonna ride with 12. Like he's my favorite player of all time. Like,
No, of course.
but I'm saying just when you have an opportunity to make history, and we might see history this year. Once again, 3-0, that's hard. Once again, I've seen back to back. I've seen it. And I just knew that third was gonna be ours. And then Denver ruined it. Fucking Jake Plummer, but that's the whole other story another day. But it's like, wow, is there gonna be a Jake Plummer that comes about and ruins? Is CJ Stroud gonna be a better Jake Plummer and ruin it? We'll see. I would love that because I want us to keep the team the last year to go.
But
2 last years to go back to back. So I don't want
I
to see
still
it,
just think,
I want to be surprised.
3 in a row. If somebody
Mhm.
was here, if a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan was here on this podcast, and it's fast forward to this time next year, he's won 3 in a row, and he wants to tell me with a straight face that Mahomes is now the GOAT and Brady's out of the way, and he's gonna say three-peat, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna say a bunch of different shit for like
Yeah.
a while, right? Like this is the thing. Like one
Yeah.
more undefeated season,
Mhm.
biggest comeback in the history of the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
stats,
7
touchdown
Super
stats.
Bowls.
I mean,
And
I'm just gonna
it's
sit
just
here all day. It's gonna be so
just
easy for me to win that
right.
argument. It's gonna be
No,
so easy.
for sure. And it's but just to even add more context, right? Could I get it? Could I know a
And you
few.
did say in the conversation, you didn't say like
Right. Yeah,
definitively.
yeah. So
And I
it's
fair
just to
enough.
add more context as to why, especially KC feel or KC fans feel the way they feel. Because I do know a few offline. So that was I'm talking about from Elvis Gerbach days. I'm not talking there was my whole lady
I
Elvis
remember
Gerbach.
Elvis.
You know what I'm saying? So
Also
they they
Raven.
they had
Yeah, Ravens too.
Elvis obviously, we were alive during the Trey Green era when they were really good then with, the Eddie Kennisons, the Dante Halls, Tony Gonzalez, the Priest Holmes. They had a really good run then, right? But then they tailed off, they get Matt Castle. Matt Castle gets a Pro Bowl, but that doesn't really, do much after that. Then they get Alex Smith, and he has that. So in their minds, it's like, look, we haven't had a guy to hold on to since Len Dawson in the 60s, 70s. So it's like, listen, this guy puts us back on the map when we were only known for Masterpiece Barbecue, but now that Masterpiece is taking place at Arrowhead, we're like, listen, this is the guy. So I get it. That's why they gravitate to him the way they gravitate. I get it. Once again, like I said, I will always say 12, but like I said, this man is by far in the conversation. Like I said, it's not close. To me, he surpassed what do you call it? He surpassed Manning, he surpassed definitely surpassed Aaron Rodgers. Like I just to me, it's only him and Brady. It's only him.
I still put Montana in the conversation, but
Well, yeah, yeah, sorry, yeah. So yeah, Joe Montana's, but yeah, sure. So to me, it's them three. And it's like everyone else is underneath, in my opinion.
well, they're probably gonna three-peat if the power rankings keep going the way that they're going. They haven't lost a game. And they're rolling.
They haven't lost. They haven't lost
gentlemen, I
this
really
game.
hope you enjoy.
They haven't lost this game in 3 years.
No, man. They also haven't lost the Super Bowl in 2, coming on 3. So it's for good reason.